before we get started with today's video, you guys don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel. Hey, what is up, Division 2 community? Sierra here, back for another great Division 2 video. I hope you guys are having a great 2024 so far. Happy New Year to you all. And I just wanted to say that this year is going to be a great year for me because a lot of good things are going to happen. I can just feel it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the build. But before we get started, we only have 4 weeks left into Season 2 of Year 5. So be sure to get everything finished because there are some events coming up. But the Vic League will be on week 2, starting on Tuesday. And then a new event of Guardians will happen. And then a couple weeks later will be Golden Bullet. So be sure you get all that done before then. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the build. So I'm running Specialization, which is Gunner. And as you guys know, Gunner is for weapon damage and all that. And I'm also running a TDI Cardi, which I'll explain why in a few minutes. But for first off, let's go ahead and talk about this build. But as always, the star of the show will be the weapons. So we're going to start off doing the weapons, and then we'll talk about the gear after that. So starting off with the first weapon is the St. Elmo's engine. It's an exotic AR that was introduced last season in Year 1. And it has a talent called Actum Est, which when you shoot an enemy, it grants you it gives you a chance of getting shock ammo. So when you stack your shots and everything, there's a chance you can shock the enemy, and it also gives you a little bit of an advantage to take them down. So that's one of my favorite things. And if you never tried this weapon on Striker, you ought to try it right now. It's pretty good. Next weapon is the ACS-12 named weapon called the Lefty. This is a pretty good shotgun, but the only thing I would not recommend is putting this gun on. It has a talent called Perfect Sledgehammer, and it's okay, but it's only good if you're running like a blue screen, or if you're running any type of weapon that has Sledgehammer on it, or if you're even running a build that has, like, I don't know, if you're wanting them to be marked on your map. It really isn't, I don't know. I like this shotgun, but, you know, it's just not for this build, so I do recommend changing it to something else. Alright, moving on to the build itself. So first thing I'm running is a Grupo Sombra, and I'm currently have one piece on, and it gives me 15% crit hit damage. But if you put additional pieces on, you get explosives damage and you get headshot damage as well. So currently I got it at 14.7% weapon damage, 11.8% crit hit damage, 5.6% crit hit chance, and I also have a mod on that has crit hit chance as well, and it's at 4.5%. But with the crit hit chance added on, it really adds it for my assault rifle because you need at least 60%. Next up is, of course, the chest piece. And the chest piece of Umber Initiative is pretty good. It gives you 15% crit hit chance with 2 pieces. 3 pieces is 30% reload speed. But 4 pieces grants you the talent from the shadows into the light. So when you're in cover, you gain 10 stacks per second up to 50 times. Each stack will give 1% crit damage increase and 0.3% RPM. So it can go up to 50% as long as you're in cover and you keep shooting stuff. The buff does not apply while shooting from cover, but when you get out of cover, you get additional armor and stuff like that. So when you're standing and stuff, you also get some armor back. And when I put my shield up and stuff, I get armor back because I get a little bit more of an advantage And you know, that's just one of the best things about this build, is that you don't hardly die in the game. So whether you're by yourself or with your friends, you still get armor back per kill, so it's a good thing as well. Next thing we're going to also talk about is, of course, the holster. So just like my last piece, the chest piece, it has a 14.3% weapon damage and 11.8% crit hit damage. I think it says 8 or 6. I don't know. But anyway, it says that. And I recalibrated it from headshot damage to crit hit chance, because I like balancing the builds a little bit. Alright guys, so moving on to the next piece, which is the knee pads. Or the gloves, actually. The gloves, I have 13.3% weapon damage, 7 and 11.9% crit hit damage. And I really do like it like that. Pretty good in my opinion. It really does add a little bit of stuff to your build and all. Knee pads, it also has 11.9% crit hit damage. And it has, it's lower on the weapon damage, but I'll work on that later. Next up is the exotic backpack called Memento. Now, Memento, it drops these little trophies whenever you get a kill. So, for example, when you do, it will like grant you additional weapon damage, bonus armor, skill efficiency, blah blah blah. So, when you're in a mission, they drop these like little trophies. When you pick them up, you'll grant some additional bonus armor and stuff like that. So that's just one of my favorite things about this backpack, is that whether you're using it for a shotgun or a SMG or any type of build that you guys like to go for, that's just what I like to use for this build. I just love this backpack. I mean, you can do a lot with this backpack for any type of build that you're wanting to do. And the good news about it is it has of course, the talent kill confirmed. That's what it means, is when you get those trophies and stuff, you get weapon armor or skilled efficiency, and that's just great. Alright, lastly, on the talents, guys, I'm using Hive Reviver for this, and I wanted to explain to you guys what I mean by the TDI Cardi. So when you start off, your skill tier is at 1, but when it's at 2, you get 2 charges, Reviver armor repair, your range is increased, and all that good stuff. Health is at 140%, but yeah, that's one of the best parts about it. And I'm using the Crusader Shield with the TDI Cardi equipped on this build. My skill tier is at 3 for this, and that's one of the best things about why I'm using this Crusader Shield. With the TDI Cardi, it raises my regeneration by 30%. My shield health is 100% and 15% holster regeneration. And when you put mods on, it increases that as well. So that's a pretty good thing, and I can keep it up a little bit longer than normal. So yeah, that's why I'm running this build, is for that. Lastly, you guys, this is my stats for this build. 60% crit hit chance, 138.9% crit hit damage. And you guys are probably going to be asking me, will this eliminate all enemies in the game? Named enemies, normal enemies? Oh yes, it definitely will. And I gotta say though, guys, when I was testing this build out yesterday, I had a really great time. And I was even doing incursion yesterday. What a great time I surely had with this build. This was just something that really slaps and eliminates any type of enemies in your way. Rogue agents? Oh yeah, definitely. Rogue agents is the #1 thing why I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, yeah, yesterday I was doing Liberty's Call mission just so I can get a new backpack. And then rogue agents popped up during the mission towards the end. And I had a pretty good opportunity with this build against them. And since I was using the St. Elmo's engine, it gave me shock damage and it stunned a rogue agent. And then this next one right here, it only took me about a minute to finally defeat him. And it just ruined their armor. Period. It was just a great build altogether. And I was actually quite stunned of how much damage I was getting. I was getting like red crits, orange crits. I was just like in the zone with this part right here. And I was actually pretty happy about it. I mean, I ended up defeating these enemies instantly. And that's why I'm saying, though, guys, you ought to try this build. It will do you wonders. It will help you guys out in the end. And that's just why I love builds like this. It's just amazing. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in to my video. I'm going to leave you guys to check out the rest of the clips and stuff on this video. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos in the future. And I will see you guys next time on Red TV Plays. Bye, everybody.